The stress-free weight loss formula, mindset plus habits, combined. Hello and welcome. I want you to find a comfortable position. Perhaps you're on a walk, driving home, or simply relaxing. Wherever you are, take a gentle breath in, let it out with a sigh. For just a little while, I invite you to let go of all the noise, the conflicting diet advice, the guilt over a missed workout, the number on the scale that seems to hold so much power. Let it all fade into the background. This audiobook is a different kind of space. It is not about willpower, deprivation, or punishing exercise. It is not another set of rigid rules for you to struggle against. This is about a formula. Simple, yet profoundly effective formula that has been lost in the shouting matches of the fitness industry. It is the union of two powerful forces, the quiet power of your mindset and the steady building momentum of your habits. This is the stress-free weight loss formula. I will be your guide. Our journey together will be calm, compassionate, and rooted in science and self-awareness. We are going to build something sustainable, something that doesn't just change your body, but transforms your relationship with food, movement, and, most importantly, yourself. So, let's begin. Let's begin by rewiring the very source of all action, your mind. Chapter 1. The Foundation. Why your mind is the first and last battlefield. If you've ever started a diet on Monday only to feel like a failure by Thursday, you know the feeling. You had the plan. You had the groceries. You had the motivation. Something inside you resisted. That something is your mindset. For decades, we've been trying to solve a deeply rooted psychological challenge with purely physical, tactical solutions. It's like trying to fix a software glitch by hammering the keyboard. It doesn't work. Your mind is the control room. Your habits are simply the programs it runs. Before we install new, empowering programs, we must first become the conscious, calm operator in the control room. The first mental shift we must make is from a diet mentality to a lifestyle mentality. A diet is a temporary period of suffering endured for a future result. It has a start date and an end date. It's rooted in restriction. And what does the human brain do when it feels restricted? It rebels. It craves. It eventually leads to the pendulum swing of binge eating. A lifestyle, however, is permanent. It's not about being on a plan or off a plan. It's about building a new normal way of living that you genuinely enjoy. It's not a sprint to a finish line. It's a gentle, continuous walk in a direction you love. Let's introduce our first key concept: awareness without judgment. This is the cornerstone of our entire journey. For the next few days, I want you to simply observe your thoughts and actions around food in your body. But here's the crucial part. You must do it like a curious scientist, not a harsh critic. If you find yourself reaching for a cookie mid-afternoon, instead of thinking, "I'm so weak, I've ruined everything," the new thought is, "Isn't that interesting? I reached for a cookie without even thinking about it. I wonder what triggered that. Was I stressed? Bored? Actually hungry?" Do you feel the profound difference? One thought spiral leads to shame and more cookies. The other leads to understanding and empowers you to address the root cause. Your mind is not your enemy. It's a powerful ally that has learned certain patterns to protect you, often from stress or discomfort. Our job is not to fight it, but to gently, patiently retrain it. This is the foundation upon which all lasting change is built. Chapter 2. The Habit Loop, the architecture of automatic success. With our mindset shifting to one of curiosity and compassion, we can now look at the engine of change: habits. A habit is simply a behavior that has become automatic through repetition. Your brain creates habits to save energy. Brushing your teeth, driving a car, tying your shoes. You don't waste mental energy on these tasks anymore. The goal of this weight loss formula is to make healthy choices just as automatic. Every habit, good or bad, follows a simple three-part loop. This is known as the habit loop, and understanding it is like having a master key to behavior change. The loop is cue, routine, reward. The cue is the trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode. It can be a time of day, a location, an emotional state, other people, or the action that immediately precedes a habit. The routine is the behavior itself, the physical, mental, or emotional action you take. The reward is the benefit you gain from the behavior, which helps your brain decide if this particular loop is worth remembering for the future. Let's take that afternoon cookie. The cue might be the clock striking 3 p.m. time, feeling your energy dip emotional state, or walking past the break room location. The routine is walking to the kitchen, taking the cookie, and eating it. The reward is the sugar rush, the brief distraction from work, the little moment of pleasure. To change a bad habit, you don't attack the routine with willpower. You diagnose the loop. You identify the cue and the reward, and then you find a new, healthier routine that delivers the same or a similar reward. So, for that 3 p.m. cookie, the reward is likely an energy boost and a mental break. What is a new routine? Perhaps a 5-minute walk outside for fresh air mental break and a different kind of energy boost, a cup of green tea, or eating an apple with a tablespoon of peanut butter, providing stable energy without the crash. You are not saying no to a reward. You are finding a smarter way to say yes to what your body and mind truly need. For the next week, your only assignment is to play detective with one habit you'd like to change. Observe the cue, the routine, and the reward. Awareness is always the first and most powerful step. Chapter 3: Keystone Habits, the one domino that topples the rest. Now that we understand the habit loop, we can leverage it with one of the most powerful concepts in behavior change: keystone habits. A keystone habit is a single foundational habit that, when established, starts a chain reaction, causing other good habits to fall into place without nearly as much effort. It's the first domino. For many people, the keystone habit is sleep. When you are well rested, everything becomes easier. Your willpower is higher, your cravings for sugary, high-energy foods are lower, your mood is better, and you have more energy for movement. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep can single-handedly transform your entire day's trajectory of choices. For others, the keystone habit might be a daily 10-minute walk, or drinking a large glass of water upon waking. Your mission is to find your keystone habit. What is the one small change that would make a dozen other healthy choices feel more automatic? Don't try to change everything at once. That is the way of stress and burnout. Instead, focus all your energy on installing one keystone habit. Nurture it. Protect it. Make it non-negotiable. Once it is on autopilot, you will be amazed at how other positive habits naturally begin to align around it. This is the essence of the stress-free approach. We are not building a wall brick by exhausting brick. We are planting a single vital seed and allowing its roots to stabilize the entire garden. Chapter 4: The Plate and the Palate. Nutrition without neurosis. Let's talk about food. But we are going to talk about it through the lens of our formula. Mindset plus habits. The mindset for nutrition is nourishment, not punishment. Food is not the enemy. It is not merely calories. It is information. It is the source of your energy, the building blocks of your cells, the fuel for your brain. When you choose a piece of grilled chicken and steamed broccoli over a fast food burger, you are not being good. You are sending your body a message of care and high-quality fuel. Now, let's build a simple, powerful habit for your meals. We will call it the balanced plate method. Forget complex calorie counting for now. Exaggerate your plate at each main meal. One half of your plate should be filled with non-starchy vegetables. Think leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, zucchini, tomatoes. These are high in volume, fiber, and nutrients, but low in calories. They fill you up and nourish you deeply. 1/4 of your plate should be a lean protein. This could be chicken, fish, eggs, tofu, tempeh, pronounced tempeh, or lentils. Protein is essential for building muscle, keeping you full, and stabilizing your blood sugar. 1/4 of your plate should be a complex carbohydrate or a starchy vegetable. This could be quinoa, pronounced quinoa, brown rice, sweet potato, or beans. This simple visual habit removes the stress of weighing and measuring. It ensures you get a balance of macronutrients that will keep you satiated and energized for hours. The second habit is mindful eating. This means eating without distraction. No phone, no television, no computer. Sit down. Look at your food. Smell it. Take small bites and chew slowly. Put your fork down between bites. When you eat mindfully, you give your brain and stomach time to communicate. You will notice feelings of fullness much sooner. You will enjoy your food more, and you will naturally eat less without ever feeling deprived. This is not a diet. This is the habit of building a peaceful, intentional relationship with your food. Chapter 5. Movement as celebration. Finding joy in your body. The word exercise is often loaded with negative connotations: pain, exhaustion, punishment for what you ate. It is time for a mindset shift. We are moving from exercise as punishment to movement as celebration. Your body is designed to move. It is a miraculous machine that craves activity. Movement releases endorphins, reduces stress, and is a powerful expression of being alive. The habit we want to build is consistency over intensity. You do not need to kill yourself in the gym for an hour every day. In fact, that approach often leads to burnout and injury. What you need is to move your body in a way you enjoy most days of the week. What feels like joy to you? Is it a brisk walk in nature while listening to this audiobook? Is it dancing in your living room to your favorite music? Is it a gentle yoga session, feeling your muscles stretch and strengthen? Is it swimming, feeling weightless and free? Find your joy, and then make a tiny, non-negotiable habit. I will walk for 15 minutes after lunch. I will do a 10-minute yoga video every morning. The focus is on showing up. Some days your 15-minute walk might turn into 30 because it feels so good. Other days, 15 minutes is a victory. Both are perfect. When you decouple movement from punishment and connect it to celebration and consistency, you create a lifelong love affair with an active life. The physical results will follow, not as a grim reward for suffering, but as a natural side effect of a joyful practice. Chapter 6. The Anchor in the Storm. Managing stress and emotional eating. We have all been there. Tough day leads straight to the pantry. Stress becomes a powerful cue for a sugary, fatty routine with a reward of temporary numbness. This is one of the biggest challenges, and our formula is perfectly designed to address it. The mindset shift here is, food is fuel, not therapy. Food can comfort us, but it cannot solve our problems. Using food to manage emotions is like using a Band-Aid on a deep wound. It covers it up for a moment, but the wound remains and can fester. We must build a new toolkit for handling stress. We need to create a new routine for when we feel that emotional cue. Let's build the habit of the pause and breathe. When you feel the urge to emotionally eat that tightness in your chest, that anxious feeling, I want you to pause. Just for 60 seconds. Step 1. Acknowledge the feeling. Say to yourself, I am feeling stressed right now, or I am feeling lonely, or I am feeling bored. Step 2. Breathe. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. In through your nose, filling your belly like a balloon, and out through your mouth, slowly releasing the air. Step 3. Ask the question, what do I truly need right now? Maybe you need a few minutes away from your desk. Maybe you need to call a friend. Maybe you need to write down what's bothering you in a journal. Maybe you just need those 3 breaths. By inserting this tiny habit of the pause and breathe between the cue and the old routine, you break the autopilot. You return power to the conscious operator in the control room. You may still choose to have a small treat sometimes, but it will be a conscious choice, not a desperate reaction. Often you will find that what you truly needed wasn't food at all. And so, we come to the end of our time together, but really, this is just the beginning of your new journey. Look at how far we have come. We started in the quiet space of your mind, learning to observe without judgment. We explored the architecture of habits, learning to build loops that serve us. We identified the power of a single keystone habit to transform everything. We then applied this formula to the core areas of life, how we nourish our bodies with the balanced plate, how we celebrate our bodies with joyful movement, and how we anchor ourselves with a breath when storms of stress arise. This is not a rigid, one-size-fits-all prescription. This is your formula. You are the scientist of your own life, experimenting, observing, and adjusting. Some days will be easier than others. That is not failure. That is data. On the days it feels difficult, come back to your foundation. Come back to awareness without judgment. Come back to your keystone habit. Be gentle with yourself. Progress is never a straight line. It is a spiral where you may revisit the same lessons, but each time from a place of greater wisdom and strength. You now hold the map. The path is one of self-compassion, curiosity, and consistent tiny steps. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide. I have absolute faith in your ability to build this stress-free, sustainable, and joyful life for yourself. Go well.